Keir Starmer's leadership is on the brink. Rebel Labour MPs say his reign is coming to an end. Andy Burnham is preparing a leadership challenge. And insiders warn Starmer is drinking in the Last Chance saloon. Even his own party members admit it already feels like years under an unpopular government. With scandals piling up and rivals circling, the question isn't if Starr falls, it's when. Let's break it down. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Tonight, the Labour Party is in open revolt. Rebel MPs are now adamant that Keir Starmer's reign is coming to an end, with insiders saying the Prime Minister is drinking in the Last Chance saloon. And here's the extraordinary part. At the very moment his leadership is under siege, Starmer is pinning his hopes on the upcoming state visit of Donald Trump. Imagine that. A Labour Prime Minister desperate enough to gamble his future on the return of Trump to the global stage. But while Starmer clings on, his rivals are circling. According to The Telegraph, Andy Burnham, the mayor of Greater Manchester, has been quietly laying the groundwork for a leadership bid. And he isn't doing it alone. A new campaign group has been launched demanding wealth taxes, the nationalisation of utilities, and scrapping the two-child benefit cap. These are policies designed to hit Starr from the left and rally those who feel Labour has abandoned its traditional roots. Burnham is expected to go on the attack at Labour's upcoming conference, calling for nothing less than a full reset to put the party back on course for the next election. And it's not just about himself. Burnham has already thrown his weight behind Lucy Powell in the deputy leadership race. This is a clear move to build alliances and show that he's not just a regional mayor, but a serious contender for national leadership. Senior figures inside Labour are already putting the boot in. Graham Stringer, one of the party's longest-serving MPs, says Starmer is vulnerable and that his time is running out after the Lord Mandlesson scandal. Former frontbencher Richard Bergen went further, calling it inevitable that Starmer will be toppled if the 2026 local elections go badly, which judging by the polls is exactly what many are predicting. Bergen told the BBC already feels like we're years into an unpopular government, not one that only just replaced the Conservatives. His warning was blunt. Labour is losing votes to the left and losing seats to the right. This is the nightmare scenario for Starr. Squeezed from both sides with a party base that feels alienated and restless. Now, some within the cabinet are trying to calm the storm. Business Secretary Peter Kyle insists Andy Burnham should stay in Manchester, praising him as a real talent and warning it would be a loss for the city if he jumped to Westminster. But the reality is clear. Burnham is no stranger to Parliament. He's already served in Gordon Brown's cabinet as Treasury Chief Secretary, Culture Secretary, and Health Secretary. The only barrier is that he isn't an MP right now. To run, he'd need a by-election. And the suspended MP, Andrew Gwynn's Manchester seat, could be just the opening he's looking for. The scale of Burnham's move is being compared to Together Labour, a think tank that backed Starr's 2020 leadership run and tried to present him as the moderate alternative to Corbyn. But this time, Burnham is the one mounting the challenge, and the discontent runs far deeper. Times Radio's political editor, Anna Mikova, put it plainly. MPs are furious with Starr's management style. Many feel Number 10 under his leadership has ignored them, sidelined them, and punished his centres. Burnham himself has been openly critical, questioning how Labour can claim to be a broad church when MPs like Rachel Musk were kicked out over welfare reform. This isn't just a policy debate. It's a full-blown power struggle inside Labour. And for Starr, the timing couldn't be worse. The scandals, the failures, the restless MPs, and the looming elections are all converging into one brutal truth. His leadership hangs by a thread. The question now isn't just whether Keir Starmer can survive the conference season. The real question is whether his own MPs will let him survive at all. In other news, Cammy Badenoch is preparing to unveil a major new initiative on Monday aimed at tackling what she describes as the creeping silencing of voices on the right. Positioning herself directly against Labour's approach to free speech, the Conservative leader will announce the creation of a dedicated policy task force led by longtime campaigner Toby Young. The group's mission will be to examine existing laws and regulations that in Bardach's view may be stifling freedom of expression across Britain. Universities, social media platforms, and broadcasting are expected to come under particular scrutiny, with the Commission asked to assess whether current rules are genuinely fair, proportionate, and reflective of British values. Writing in the Daily Mail, Bardach argued that offending someone has effectively been turned into a crime, warning that too often public debate is replaced with punishment. She linked recent controversies involving U.S. commentator Charlie Kirk and British writer Graham Linehan, suggesting that although the two cases differ in scale, both reveal the same underlying problem, a culture that seeks to silence, not debate. She went further still, accusing the current government of mocking those who highlight the risks posed by this erosion of free speech. The new commission is expected to deliver its findings by the end of the year. In the meantime, Toby Young, who also serves as director of the Free Speech Union, will meet campaigners, academics, journalists, and members of the public who claim to have faced censorship or intimidation for their views. The outcome, Badenoch has hinted, will not only shape future Conservative Party policy, but also serve as a direct challenge to Labour to adopt the recommendations. Young himself wasted no time in drawing attention to the urgency of the task, pointing to the recent arrest of Father Ted creator Graham Linehan at Heathrow Airport. The 57-year-old comedy writer was detained by 5 armed officers on suspicion of inciting violence after posting 3 tweets that mocked trans rights activists. He was later released, but the incident has fueled heated debate. Speaking to the Daily Mail, Young said, "The police should not be wasting their time on tweets when they should be policing our streets." Linehan, who has become increasingly outspoken on issues relating to gender ideology, told GB News he was absolutely infuriated by the arrest. For Badenoch, the case has become a vivid example of what she regards as an unhealthy drift in British society. One where robust argument is too easily framed as criminal conduct. As the task force begins its work, all eyes will be on how far its recommendations go and whether they set the stage for a fierce political battle over the boundaries of free expression in modern Britain. In conclusion, Badenoch's new task force represents more than just a policy review. It is a political statement. By putting free speech at the heart of her agenda and appointing Toby Young to lead the charge, she is signaling a direct confrontation with Labour over one of the most contentious cultural issues of the moment. With the Commission due to report back before the year's end, the debate over whether Britain is truly protecting freedom of expression or instead narrowing its limits looks set to intensify and could well become a defining battleground in the months ahead. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.